Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about things that you'll need for your first market or just to get started with your art business. So right now I'm a beginner and I'm in the process of starting up my small business, and there's just a few things that I've learned so far that I thought I'd pass along if you yourself are looking to start an art business or just, sell at a local market. So this video is for all my beginners because we're all in the same boat together. So keep watching if you want to learn more. Okay, so to get started with an art business, the first thing that you'll need is something to basically draw and create your product. So I have a iPad mini and an Apple Pencil and the Procreate app. So that is basically what I use to digitally draw all of my art. And I also have Adobe Illustrator, so that's what I use as well if I need to vector anything, like my mascot, just to make sure that it can be scaled to a larger size if I'm making any sort of, banners, signage, anything like that. If you do use your Procreate files, when you do scale it a little bit bigger, just keep in mind that it might be blurry. So it is good to invest in something like Adobe where you can vectorize any, bigger artwork that you would like on signage. But if you're just starting out, Procreate is just fine. And I also have a video on my TikTok channel, which is also on my YouTube shorts, of how I layer in Procreate. So if you want to learn on how I at least layer my artwork in Procreate, how I use my shadow and highlight layers, and how I just kind of take a sketch to a full finished piece, go ahead and check out that video. It'll be on my YouTube channel and on my TikTok as well. So after you've created all your artwork digitally, you're gonna want to make the product. So if it's stickers, you can cut them by hand or you can cut them with a cutter if you can afford one. Things like Cricut and Silhouette have really good tools for cutting professional looking stickers, but if you're just starting out, you can always just print your design, laminate it, and cut it out with some scissors. If you're looking to make prints, those you can easily make from home without having to spend a ton of money. If you just buy some matte or glossy photo paper off of Amazon, you can easily print those with just a colored printer, and then you can go ahead and just cut them yourself at home. That's at least what I do. For my mini prints, I make 6x6 matte photo prints, and I just print them at home, and then I just cut them with a regular paper cutter. Anything like keychains, sticker books, phone grips, charms, things like that, unless you have all of those crazy fancy tools, you most likely will have to outsource those. So there are some really good manufacturers out there, but if you're looking for something more affordable, you can always check out websites like Alibaba. That's where I outsource all of my keychains and charms, and the prices are really fair. So if you find the right manufacturer, you can get some really nice product. So that's a good website to look if you are looking to make anything like keychains or charms or sticker books, etc. The only thing to keep in mind when you're looking on those websites is just to make sure that you're looking for a verified seller, someone that has good customer reviews, any customer photos of the product. So just really do your research and make sure that you're looking for a reputable manufacturer that has at least been on there for a few years and has some experience selling to customers. So after you've manufactured your product, the next thing that you're going to need is to create all of your branding, your signage, and your packaging. So these things you can easily do at home if you're just getting started. I am doing everything from home because outsourcing all of that would be really costly. So easy things like signage can just be made with poster board that you find at the dollar store. If you just buy a basic sheet of poster board and you print your signage on sticker paper, you can just easily stick that on the poster board, cut it out with an X-Acto knife, and there you go, there's your signage. And if you're looking for anything like labels for prices, those can just be printed on cardstock or photo paper, and you can just laminate them so they're waterproof, and then you can cut them out with scissors or a Cricut, things like that. And that's an easy way to just make some price tags to have across your booth. And if you're looking to add some backing cards to your, let's just say, keychains, or you want to put your charms in a cellophane bag with some sort of branding, those things as well can be easily made from home. You can outsource them, but it will get really costly, especially if you're just starting out. So things like backing cards you can just easily make on cardstock and then just cut at home. If you're looking to make any sort of labels, you can easily buy label paper on Amazon. I can link all of these tools down below for you guys, so then you have the links to get started. For example, I'm making phone charm blind bags with some charms that I've outsourced, and I just used some printable sticker paper and then cut it out with like a paper cutter and just kind of stuck it on the bags, and it looks actually really, really nice. So there's a lot of things that you can do at home if you just get really crafty, and when in doubt, just go to your local craft store or dollar store, and there'll be a lot of tools there if you just get creative. So another thing that you're going to want to make sure that you have in place is your branding. So I personally designed my logo in Procreate, and then I sent it to myself, and I opened up Adobe Illustrator to vectorize the logo so that it was nice and clear and can be scaled to a larger size. And this logo you can take and put it on business cards, labels, signage. So you want to make sure that you have, whether it's your mascot or just, an actual logo representing your brand, because it will be an easy way for customers to remember you by, and it'll just make you look more professional when you're at an event. Or if you're starting an online store, or even just on your social media. So the last few things that you'll need for your art business, if you're going to be especially selling at local markets and events, is your market supplies. So these things are basically to assemble your setup at a convention or a market, and also things to take payments, which is the most important thing for selling your artwork. So just to name off a few things, for taking payments, you're gonna want a cash box, especially for cash payments to store your float, as well as any cash coming in and out. And also for digital debit and credit transactions, Square is a really user-friendly device that you can use. That's what most artists use if you go to any market or convention. It's like the little Square reader, and they're pretty inexpensive. I believe they're under $100 for the readers. So I think I paid around $70 or $80 for mine. So they're pretty inexpensive, and the Square app is free to use. So there's no charge to you besides the fees that they take off of your transactions just to use the platform. So as for market supplies, in your toolbox, you're gonna wanna have tape, zip ties, clips, price card holders. And as for constructing your booth, you're gonna wanna have either, wooden displays, acrylic displays, or just, grids that you can tape things on. Those can easily be purchased off of Amazon. Pretty much everything for markets you can find on Amazon, and they can be easily purchased. Now keep in mind, displays can get very costly. So another good thing is to either make them yourself if you know someone that can kind of construct it for you out of like wood, or if you're handy yourself, that's great. Also at the dollar store, you can also construct some things out of foam, poster board. So just get creative, and if you can afford displays, then Amazon is a great place to start. Also, another thing that you're gonna wanna have is a tablecloth for your table, because not all markets provide tablecloths. So some markets just provide you with a table, some markets don't even provide you with a table, and you have to bring a table and chairs, etc. So make sure that you have at least a tablecloth to get started with. I purchased one that is similar to my branding, so I have a pink tablecloth. You can purchase a white one, a black one, whatever color you'd like. And then also I purchased a branded table runner to go across my table. So that has my logo on it, my mascot, a quick blurb about what I sell, some social media icons, just a really simple design and something branded to go across the table so that if someone's kind of walking through the aisles, they can spot you easily, and also learn a little bit about what you sell to see if they want to to approach your booth. Also, you can purchase vinyl banners as well to go above your table, and those are especially great for larger conventions because it makes you easy to spot in larger crowds, more busier spaces, especially if you're building a taller setup. It's really helpful for people spotting you from a farther distance. And if you're looking to sell online, a few things to keep in mind are some easy e-commerce websites that you can use to get started. So if you do have the budget for it, Shopify is a great place to start. They're one of the best e-commerce platforms out there, and it's pretty user-friendly to use. So that's one great platform to use to get started. You can also use things like Squarespace or Wix. Those also have e-commerce friendly platforms on there that you can use. But keep in mind, all of these websites do have larger fees. So those would be something that you would need a larger budget for. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more budget friendly, Etsy is a great place to sell your products. They do take a small percentage of your sales, so keep that in mind. But the great thing about the Etsy platform is it does give you exposure to a larger audience, and you're already on a platform where people are looking for things like, you know, handmade art, local artisans that make crafts and stickers and prints. So you're kind of in that space. So it can be a really good way to at least get your name out there, help make some sales, and again, the costs to get on Etsy are much, much lower. Okay, so that about wraps up today's video. I will be linking everything that I discussed in today's video in the description bar below, so make sure you go check that out. I'll be linking the products that I use to manufacture my products, any kind of websites that I mentioned in today's video, I'll be also linking down below so that you guys can easily get started with your art business. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. As I mentioned before, I am a beginner, but I'll do my best to answer all your guys' questions. And if you want to follow more of my art journey, you can check me out on TikTok and Instagram. I'm over there posting more tips and art behind the scenes. I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye!